Hi, I am currently editing the video that you are about to see, that you are seeing, and I just want you to know that it sucks, and I'm trying my best to make it not suck, but I feel like I need to explain myself as to why this video is going to be shit. I've pushed off recording all of the talking bits of the video until today to record. I've done all the editing and everything around the video first before I actually recorded myself talking, if that makes any sense. If the video doesn't make any sense, I apologize. But that's all I can really offer you, just an apology. What I'm trying to say is, this video took a lot out of me, and I went about making the video in a very unorthodox kind of way. Also, hi, by the way, I'm alive, in case you forgot. I forgot to, I have no idea what I'm trying to say. What's up, yo? Skis? I am bad at a lot of things, and my goal in life is to not be bad at those things, and one of those things is dancing, because I suck at dancing. So I thought it would be a fun little exercise to try and dance on my own over the summer and see if I could make any improvement. I chose to take a stab at breakdancing because it started by building off of
fundamental steps and provided a unique basis to explore the deeper inner workings of the creative process by which we express ourselves.
I wanted to learn power moves, mostly because they're cool, and I wasn't quite ready to attempt any actual dance. As for why I decided to record and post a video of myself, I need to practice making videos, and maybe you'll learn something, I don't know. I realize it's clearly not the summer. This video just took me that long to make. I didn't know how long it typically took to learn power moves going into this, so I figured I have 3 months. I'll try and learn 3 power moves. Swipes, windmills, flares. I heard that was the typical progression for starting off, so that's what I did, starting with swipes. A swipe is a power move where, from a table position, you hop on one leg and twist your body so that you end up in a handstand position, and then continue twisting your body and land back on the same leg that you hopped from. Here is every one of my practice sessions laid out on a calendar, and here is the length of every practice session in time, obviously. My first practice over the summer was on June 5th and lasted 1 hour and 18 minutes. Not all 78 minutes were dedicated to swipes exclusively, but here are my first 4 attempts. On my first attempt, I managed to do 0, and my second attempt, I managed 5 swipes. On my third attempt, I managed to get a total of 7 swipes, and on my fourth attempt, I got 4. My form is bad in all of them, so we can just look at one of them and do a bit of analysis. Let's just look at my third attempt since I got the most on that one. The first thing to notice is that my form actually sucks. I look heavy, clunky, I'm not getting a lot of height, and my hips keep sinking, which is not only bad form, but it's also actually dangerous. When landing on my leg, my entire body sinks downward, causing my hip to fold in, creating this unhealthy acute angle in my knee. This hyperflexion actually resulted in me getting hurt, so yeah. Compared to the proper example, his hips remain far more rigid and composed, and the knee is much closer to a 90-degree angle. I figured this was simply because I didn't have the strength to maintain myself while doing the move, so on the very next day, I managed to fix that issue right away. Ha, just kidding. Turns out breakdancing actually kinda hurts. With this new earth-shattering epiphany, I decided it would be best to rest a couple days between practices. There are definitely times where I rested far longer than I needed to because I was lazy. I'll leave you with a short montage of some of the more notable attempts. If you want to skip the part where I just flop around for a couple of minutes, you can skip to here, but other than that, montage. So, a couple of changes to my form. By the end, I managed to keep my hips from sinking as much as it did in the beginning, and how I did that was by launching myself harder off the ground and swinging my body around harder as well. This was something I only managed to do once I developed the necessary strength to do so. The thing with power moves is that, yes, there's form, but you really can't get anywhere until you develop enough power. But once you do develop enough power, you have to learn how to balance that power with form. Using my 17th attempt as an example, I'm going to trace my hand placement using colored dots. And you'll notice my hand placement is all over the place because I'm incredibly unbalanced. Here is the model example again, and you can immediately see how much closer and consistent the hand placement is. Here are a couple of more hand traces from my attempts 7, 16, 29, and 56, all from different days. And the first thing to notice is nothing. I honestly have no idea what I'm looking at, but I worked way too hard to edit all of this, so that's the only reason it's staying in the video. I guess you could say that as I kept focusing on keeping my hips up and swinging my body around more aggressively, I ended up sacrificing balance and, by extension, hand placement. And from the examples, I guess you could argue that the hand placement gets more sporadic over time. And the reason why hand placement is important is, 1, it looks better, and 2, the more consistent my hand placement is, in theory, the easier it would be to do better swipes. A couple of other ideas I played around with when learning swipes were forcefully kicking my legs upwards in an attempt to keep my hips flat, and you can tell from this model example that's exactly what's happening. His hips aren't bent at all, and swinging my legs around in a more circular motion so that I could get more momentum around my swings. You can tell with the model that his legs are swinging around and he's not losing any speed whatsoever. But in the end, neither idea really developed into anything because I didn't have the core strength to maintain it for very long. Originally, I thought quantity would be a good way to measure my progress, but as you can see from this histogram, quantity doesn't really mean shit. Sorry, my mic broke. I'm all over the place, and I basically started and ended with 7 swipes, but my form for those swipes did arguably improve, but honestly not by much. I think this is proof that I was at such a beginner level that I can't really see any quantifiable improvement, even though there might have been minor qualifiable improvements. You need to learn to walk before you can run. Does that even make sense? In the end, the biggest takeaway from all of this was I was far too inconsistent with my training to see any sizable improvement. They say the key to success is consistency, and I was definitely not consistent. I frequently worked on swipes, windmills, and flares all on the same day, among other things, including going in the opposite direction as well. I guess I treated my practices more like physical exercise rather than a focused attempt to actually learn and improve on something. And I'm not gonna lie, my mind just wasn't in the right place when I started. I skipped a lot of warm-up exercises, I didn't practice all that mindfully, and throughout the entire summer, I was primarily focused on making a video, but not committing enough to actually plan or think out the video. I ended up just not getting good results in either my video or my dancing. I am so sorry that this video was an absolute mess. I told you weren't gonna learn anything valuable from this video, and that's because I have no idea what I'm doing. Originally, I was supposed to make one video going through my swipes, windmills, and flare progression, but no. Considering how just editing this current video took well over a couple hundred hours, yeah, no, I don't think I can work on this anymore. I don't think any of my ideas were very cohesive, and the pacing is all off. I seriously have no idea what I'm doing. And that's kind of the point, I guess. The whole video was so that I could practice making videos. That said, including this one, I have made a total of 3 videos total ever in my life. I don't know what part of me thought that it was feasible for me to make a mini educational documentary of my breakdance journey as my 3rd video, but my lack of experience really shows, and I clearly bit off more than I could chew. But honestly, whatever. I'm done. I don't want to touch this video ever again, and I think I'll just keep my dancing to myself from now on. If you watch this video to the end, thank you so much. I don't know why you would, and honestly I have no idea why I even bothered to make this video in the first place, but whatever. Yeah, okay, I'm out. Good talking to you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, cool. That's a video.